Hello everyone, welcome to another video log in my Philippine diary. It brings me great sadness to have to speak to you on this, but it has come close to home, so it is something that needs to be addressed. A friend of Novi's succumbed to dengue fever. What is dengue fever? It's a mosquito-borne virus passed through a bite. The fatality rate is 4%. The Department of Health is working on this and hopes to lower this to 2%. The symptoms of dengue fever are fever for 2 to 7 days. Sometimes it goes away, and then 3 to 6 days later, the fever comes back. Soreness in the joints, muscles, headache, and sometimes pain behind the eyes, even bleeding from behind the eyes. There is body weakness, loss of appetite, diarrhea, vomiting, and skin rashes. Is it curable? No. But you can mitigate or lessen the individual symptoms. If you have severe headaches, you can treat that with rest, plenty of fluids, and maybe paracetamol. Paracetamol is a mid-range pain reliever, similar to ibuprofen. If you have the pain behind the eyes, plenty of rest, fluids, and paracetamol. If you have nausea, vomiting, or swollen glands, paracetamol can be taken for that as well. And if you have muscle, joint pains, or the rashes, paracetamol might be able to help you there as well. I said it was similar to ibuprofen, but the doctors recommend that you do not take ibuprofen or aspirin. Ibuprofen is an NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, but it has no fever-relieving aspects to it. Doesn't treat the fever, and you need something to treat the fever. So you as well are recommended not to take aspirin. Aspirin has a blood thinning capability or property, and you're already bleeding from behind the eyes. You're already dealing with issues of bleeding and blood platelets, so you're not going to want to take aspirin or ibuprofen. Do not take either of those. If it's pain, paracetamol is the number one recommended pain reliever. Mixing those drugs could cause a reaction and make things even worse. As of July of 2019, the Department of Health has declared an official dengue epidemic. The specifics of the breakout are, in July of 2019, there were reported 106,630 cases, up from 57,564. That is an 85% increase, over last year. As recently as August 13, 2019, the stats are 167,607 cases, with 720 people dead or dying as a result nationwide. Manila alone had a recorded 10,103 cases with 43 deaths. Keep in mind, the Philippines is a country of 100 million people. The dengue epidemic. What can we do? The Philippine government has already taken aggressive, proactive measures in trying to mitigate the situation by seeking and destroying mosquito breeding places, fogging areas of impending outbreak, They recommend that people use long sleeve clothing and insect repellent. They recommend that the earliest signs of infection, you seek medical help. The doctors will help you stay on top of this. And when or if the situation becomes serious, the death rate rises to 20%. So you definitely want to keep in contact with the doctor and keep him apprised of your situation. They will be searching for clusters of outbreaks so that they can concentrate efforts in those areas. Is there a dengue vaccination? As recently as 2018, I believe, or excuse me, 17, the World Health Organization, WHO, World Health Organization, recommended a vaccination. Unfortunately, there was a nasty scandal attached to that. A Philippine doctor who actually took part in the research is the subject of the scandal. There is a possibility. I'm going to try and stay neutral on this and just say there's a possibility perhaps the research that she submitted was not unbiased or illegitimate. The several kids died. Many kids died. The Philippine government stopped a vaccination program that they had set up for the public schools. So that killed the efforts of that vaccination. And just to repeat, what can we do to reduce the possibility of dengue fever? Wear long sleeve shirts, clothes, and pants. Treat your clothes with permethrin. It's a repellent. Apply repellents like DEET on your skin. DEET, D-E-E-T. It's a repellent. You can actually apply that directly to your skin. Consider mosquito netting. Make sure your windows and doors are all closed and have screens on them. Keep them closed as much as possible. Avoid areas with standing water, especially near dawn or dusk when mosquitoes are more apt to appear. Try a bug zapper, a coil bug zapper, you know what I mean? And just a couple more general notes from the Department of Health. As of August 6th, the Department of Health declared a national dengue epidemic. Cases of dengue have been known to spike every 3 to 4 years. And the Department of Health for the Philippines has been especially vigilant because they were already monitoring in great detail and looking at measles and measles outbreaks. So they were on the ground, they had their labs up running, they had the system up and running, and when dengue started to rise, they detected it very easily, and believe it or not, they did a fairly good job of getting on top of it. So they're doing what they can. They're doing the best they can. They were already working on it before this situation got ugly, but this is where we are. Thanks again for watching. That's another video log in my Philippine diary. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you learn or enjoy this video, share it with a friend. Thank you very much.